Happy New Year. I know it's the 3rd or the 2nd or something, but it's pretty close to a new year. I don't make a huge deal out of New Year. Just because it happens every year, I guess, but I don't see a reason to go out and get all drunk and everything just because it's a new year, because nothing really changes that much on New Year's. So, unless you make some kind of effort. So I'm drawing structures like the ones I would like to live in. You remember when you were a kid, you were encouraged to like build forts and all that, and whether it be out of blankets in your living room and furniture, or actually you get a little older, you build a fort out in the yard or in the woods. It's strange, at a certain age you start fading away from that. Or maybe, I don't know if our culture or if it's intentional, but you kind of cease to use your imagination the older you get. It's almost like, well, you're getting older, you can't have fun thoughts as much because you have to be serious. But if you kept your imagination going as you get older, I think your imagination does really cool shit because you can combine it with other skills you learn as you get older. Like building houses and stuff. Shouldn't you be able to live in the kind of house you want to? Like in the 50s, it kind of almost got cool for a minute. They were buildings and structures that looked like shoes and cowboy hats and coffee pots. There's still some remnants even in LA of the giant donut shops with the huge donuts. And in Cabazon out in the desert this way, there's those giant dinosaurs. You could actually live inside those dinosaurs. There's actually rooms inside of them. Now, at what age do you stop imagining that? Probably when the HOA people show up that want to control you and tell you how to live and start laying rules all over you. Artists don't like rules. Artists don't like authority, people telling them what to do, because it's their responsibility to bring new ideas. But authority does not like art or creative ideas. They're the first to go. And you see it everywhere. Try to build an elephant house next time you want to build a house. And see how much authority comes down on you. How many code control people show up. How many ways they will deny you to build a cool house. You better have money, or you better have some connection at City Hall. I know they say, well, codes are made for safety. I really disagree, because you see buildings fall down all the time, and it usually leads back to, how were they allowed to build that? The building inspector let it go. Because they cut a bunch of corners, put a bunch of people in buildings in Florida and places like that, and bridges, and they fall down. So they don't care about safety. They care about money. They even want a permit for you to put in a new water heater if you ask them, because they want the money. That's all. So just take some money and Let me build an elephant house. Or a head. These people live inside heads. See that? See the little people looking at the eyeball? It would make life so much more interesting if neighborhoods were made up of really cool buildings. They could totally be structurally safe and withstand fires and hurricanes and all the shit that's getting thrown at us right now. Right? They could. They totally could. So I just think it's time to revisit our imaginations in that sense and start to build some cool houses, you know? Make life interesting. I don't know what country you could get away with that in, but it's not this one, being the United States. But you'll notice this guy's little lizard house up here. There's his little family in the window looking out. So they've established their little cool neighborhood of head houses and little lizard head house or whatever that is, and back in the distance you see the witch hat house, even though it's not a witch house, it's just a pointed hat. Again, I should be able to wear a pointed hat if I want to, right? And what's that? There's Papa in his witch hat with a stick. It looks like he's gonna poke off Mr. Building Inspector Code Patrol guy to feed the little fella down here. Maybe he's just giving him a chance to see things like he sees it. He wants to have a cool snake house. Maybe that guy didn't want him to. And he said, hey, come on over here and take a look at this little patio I built here. Go a little closer. That's maybe a form of rebellion. Rebellion. That's how you change some things when there's so many people. You know, you gotta maybe make them see it's not so bad to live inside of a head house. Or even something else. Let's see. Here, this man, he built himself an ass house. He built a nice ass house in the woods. See, there he is. He's gonna go fishing down there somewhere. He's got a ladder. He's got a little hot tub on the roof in the woods of his ass house. Looks comfy to me. You know, it's not a perfect ass house because maybe he didn't want to attract a whole bunch of people to his ass house, so he kept it just your basic regular old ass house with a few blemishes here and there. See, his neighbor has an elephant house down there, and down there there's another cool house. What an interesting neighborhood that is to live in, wouldn't you think? I would think so. Just fun ideas. If you're ever pondering the problems of life or the meanings of life, all you have to do is build yourself an ass house, go inside and stare out the window of your ass house, and I think all the problems will be solved or minimalized. It seems like a song Glenn Campbell could have wrote. The windows of my ass. All of the answers lie out the window of your ass house. Anyways, if anybody wants to give me $1 million billion to buy off a code patrol guy. Maybe we could start a neighborhood of cool houses. You could build them out of ferro cement. They'd be totally weatherproof, fireproof, windproof. If you built them on a well enough designed slab, they would even be earthquake proof out here in California. I think it's pretty much time to start redesigning some homes for everything that's going on in this country. If you've noticed just in the last couple of weeks, you can believe in science or not, but the goddamn weather's changing. I don't care what you think, and it's changing pretty radically, pretty fast. So I think the old wooden stick houses don't really work in most situations anymore. If it's not fires, it's wind. If it's not wind, it's earthquakes, or all of them combined, or volcanoes, or we could do better than we're doing now, probably for cheaper, because this ass house could be built out of the ground it's sitting on top of, just like those super adobe homes. And you know what? If you don't know how to build one, you should just build it anyways. Build a little one. That way if it collapses on your head, it won't hurt too bad, and you'll learn. And fuck all these permits, man. Fuck code. Fuck the neighborhood. If they don't like it, tough shit. It's horrible living in a neighborhood of stucco. That's what's fucking horrible. Everything looks the same. Life's boring and bleak, man. Make your neighborhood have some imagination. Disneyland's got it down. All those places build cool buildings. And theme parks have all kinds of fantasy lands. Why can't you just... And those things... Those buildings hold up pretty well, right? Anyways, Happy New Year. Use your imagination, even if you're old. If nothing else, it'll keep you thinking like you're young, right? So, make something, do something, look at something, imagine something. That's what I think. Alright, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you had fun holidays and all that. Back to the grind, man, after this, right? I'm kind of looking forward to... I hope something changes, at least so we can travel this upcoming year. Alright. There's the ass house. I'm gone. Oh yeah, subscribe. Subscribe and watch, and tell everybody to watch this. Like I said, even if you don't want to, it doesn't hurt just to click that little logo. You don't have to watch, just click it. Alright. Thank you. If you do watch, I appreciate it. See you later.